Hello, Internet. It's Elspeth, and we are going to be starting something new and exciting today. It is called the Prelim Previews. Every week, I'm going to show you a preview of the games that we have for the preliminaries for the SCPT 2024 tournament. And we'll review any prelim games that were played last week. But guess what? There aren't any. So, today instead you get to see the slices. So, the slices for the prelims, kind of weird. They've got all the planets of the same type together. Hooray! Will you take one of these relatively safe ones that don't have tons of planets? Will you take one that has a bazillion planets, but they're kind of hard to get to? Will you take one with equidistant that people are going to get all angry at you about on the internet? Because that's just what happens. Who knows? Also, the names are great. We've got Connecticut, Luxembourg, Luxembourg, Sydney, New South Wales, Dusseldorf, and Alabama. All right. Well, so let's see who is going to be playing on these exciting slices in the first week of the tournament, shall we? So little bit of preview before we do this. I gave a form. I put it up for anyone to fill out to give facts about themselves, and I warned people that if they didn't fill out the form, I'm gonna make up facts about them. And so some of these facts are made up. Don't worry about it. I think it will be evident and obvious which ones are. Okay, so here we go. In prelims match number 1, we're very excited. This is going to be early Saturday morning at 10 UTC. We have Novice. Novice won their qualifier on their 6th attempt. They did this on Jolnar. So Jolnar, a generally pretty boat floaty faction, as long as the rest of the table isn't trying to murder their face. Novice is a Yssaril fan, uses he, him pronouns, and we're really excited to see how his game goes. In addition, we have McMinister. So McMinister is our player with the most attempts to qualify in the first weekend of prelim. So congratulations for winning your 12th qualifier game on Titans. McMinister is a Titans fan, so is happy to be doing this. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Titans are extremely good on these slices, I think, because they're just able to be in any of them and take any of them, and all the slices are reasonably rich, so you're not really getting ruined. So if there are Titans and McMinister gets them, I think that would definitely be someone to watch out for. We also have Blackfire. Blackfire's favorite planet is Tiba. I said so it's true. Blackfire won their first qualifier game, and it was on Nomad. So it's interesting to see, because people who won their first qualifier game, that's great, right? We know that they had a successful game, that they're able to win a game of TI. However, some of them haven't been playing that many games since then, right? So, if you win a qualifier really early, you haven't been able to play these competitive qualifiers, whereas someone like McMinister, 12 games in to win the qualifier, they're going to have a lot more experience with this tournament format, not necessarily with these slices, but with the cutthroat style of play that people are using, which may differ from just casual games or LFG. So it'll be really interesting to see how people fare based on how many games it took them to qualify. We also have Banner Spear on the small number of games side of things. 2 games. One finally is Winu, which is very interesting. Banner Spear likes the word Stroder. We have Karenson. Karenson won their second qualifier game as Soul, the most boring faction, but that's fine. They have Sun in their name, so they clearly dream of War Suns. And Deshuga, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, our 2023 SCPT champion, also only took 1 game to qualify on SAR. SAR, a very spicy faction, always a fun one to get a win on, and it will be really interesting to see if Deshuga continues having ridiculous stats of winning every game that they play, pretty much. Going to be a really exciting match. Check it out on the SCPT stream on Twitch, Space Cats, Peace Turtles on Twitch. Second prelims game of the weekend is match 2. It's going to be at 1900 UTC on Saturday. I'll be streaming it here on Jolt Earcam. Very excited. We have Bodison. So Bodison won their first game on L1. very aggressive faction, generally speaking. I have decided that Bodison is a food analogy aficionado. We have ANCAT. ANCAT won also their first game. Lots of people winning their first game in this game. So lots of spicy folks here. On Cabal, also a fighty faction. ANCAT is a fan of green Franken factions. And yeah, we'll be excited to see ANCAT play a non-Franken faction for once. Did it with Cabal. We'll see if they can do it with potentially another faction. We have Goondock. Goondock won their third game, although was inaccurately reported as winning an earlier game because people are bad at filling out forms. Goondock is also bad at filling out forms and thinks that Rex is a sandwich as a result. We have Son of Leto, won their fifth game as Muat. Muat, another fighty faction. Kind of interesting how many of these we have here. Son of Leto is a Barony fan, and is a Barony fan because their last name features prominently in the Barony lore. So now, unfortunately, we've outed Leto here, that their last name is, in fact, L4 Disruptors. But, they decided to provide that information, so we're going to share it with everyone. So, Mr. L4 Disruptors, I wish you good luck. We have Andy Sandham, 325. They won their fourth game with Caleris, and they can count to at least 11. Not sure if they can count higher than that. Haven't witnessed it, so we will see. And then we have Ben, who won their qualifier first try on Barony, and 10 out of 10 would rift it. I mean, just look at that intense profile picture. They're just an intense person, I guess. I decided. Anyway, fill out my form or perish, I guess. Anyway, last one will be on Sunday at 1500 UTC, back over on the Space Cats Peace Turtles Twitch. We have Green Flame. They won their second qualifier game as Soul, and they feel like dancing. We have Hero of Balmora. Won as Barony on their fourth game. Thinks Hunter is funny. We have Webby. Won their first qualifier game on Winu. Anyone who's winning on Winu, especially this early, must be, in some way, a bit of an interesting player, right? They're doing things, they're pulling things off, they're managing heat because Winu obviously has tons of heat. Webby also did not fill out my form like many of their colleagues here. We have Schroeder. Schroeder is a Necro fan, but they actually won their qualifier as Nalu on their fourth go. He is ready to play, and we're excited to see how that goes. Necro not doing so well in this tournament so far. We'll see if the prelims can turn that around. We have Random 8127, won their first qualifier game on Jolnar. Arborek is a faction. That is a belief that they have. And then finally we have Susan. Susan won their fourth game on Nalu, just like Schroeder did. And interestingly, Susan is a fan of Cabal and wrote an entire guide as how to eliminate players successfully. So we're excited to see Susan play. He's got a history of intense elimination plans. Did in fact eliminate someone last year in the tournament. I believe almost eliminated someone in his qualifier this year. So we will see how that goes for Susan. Very exciting match, ready to go. I hope everyone enjoys this, and I hope more people fill out my form so I don't have to make up quite as many facts. See you next week on the prelim preview.